Former UFC featherweight, former UFC lightweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor is in the news. A lot of news. He's on Fox News. He's on this news. He's on Dana White's podcast news. He's on everybody's news. Conor McGregor is back in the news because he's fighting again. That's true. It's also true, and it's true. He's fighting again. Unbelievable. Rajah Jackson arrested. Police went into his house in California on Friday. Arrested him without incident. There's a video on our YouTube. There's a video on our Twitter. TMZ caught that one. He's was booked and then he was released. Rajah Jackson. Everybody got what they wanted, right? Everybody got what they wanted. Everybody kept asking, when's Rajah getting arrested? You know, when's this? When's that? Well, he got arrested. Now what? What's going to happen? Here's what I think's going to happen. Ready? Here's what I think's going to happen. Just because I'm knowledgeable. Goes to jail. Gets booked. Gets bailed out by his attorney. Right? Goes home for 2, 3, 4 months. They work out a deal. Next year, maybe. They go to court. He pleads to a charge. He gets anger management and some community service and pays some fines and restitution, blah, 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 right? And then his charges drop, and then it's all over with. And then he stays out of trouble for the rest of his life because he learned his lesson. That's what we think. That's what we hope will happen as a parent. I'm sure Rampage hoped that happened too. You know, we don't want him sitting in jail if we were his father. We want him to learn his lesson, not do it again, correct some issues that may have, been a problem, and then, move on. That's what we want. We don't want none of our kids or anybody getting in trouble. What's up, brother? Sus pastor found brute. What the heck? Man, you got some the chat. Man, you got number one. You are number one. You're number one for that handle. Jesus Christ, chat. What's up, man? Where you from? What you doing? Man, it's Sunday, we're just going over some news, some UFC news. Talking about Rajah Jackson's arrest, talking about Conor McGregor. We'll talk about Israel Adesanya's coach, Eugene Behrman. This is what he said. Izzy has a couple left in him. So Izzy's not going nowhere. Really? Where are you headed? Yeah, I hear you, man. I got one of those electric cars, man. If I have to get a jump start, I'm screwed, bro. Nobody can touch Kamzat, not at 185. I was talking yesterday, like, what Strike is going to do now? I mean, you keep training and think you're going to ever beat Hamzat at 185? Not going to happen. There's not one middleweight that can beat him right now. And the person that has the best shot may be Fluffy or RDR, but I still don't think they're that level. I know, I have a Tesla. Yeah. So how does that work? You just call a friend and have him jump start, old school? Yeah, probably right. You're probably right. I don't want to see Izzy fight anymore. Be honest with you. Like, who wants to see Strickland versus Izzy? Nobody. Like, I don't even want to see Strickland fight again. Yeah, I don't even want to see that. What do you think about UFC Perth this weekend, chat? You got the Dominator returns versus Carlos Ulberg. Who you got in that one? The Dominator or Ulberg? I think it's gonna be a fucking banger. I think Reyes might get the KO. Wouldn't that be crazy if Reyes gets a KO, comes back, right, and fights for the 205-pound belt and wins? Oh fucking shit! Dominic Reyes got fucking a cannon. I like the Dominator. I'm gonna pick the Dominator over Ulberg. How's that? Well, the thing is are you gonna say Ankalaev is gonna dominate 205? Is Big Ank gonna be the boss man? Is Big Ank gonna be the boss man champ for a long time? I don't think so. I honestly think Ank's gonna move up to heavyweight. Shift. Get on up to heavyweight, guys. All right? Bring some of the middleweights into 205. Let's spice this up a little bit, because we know heavyweight is just thin, man. It's thinner than my hairline. You know what I'm saying? It's thin. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, 14 years of domination by Johnny Bones Jones. Listen, I think Khamzat can go up to 205 and win. I think Khamzat can go down to 170 and win. I think Khamzat can go to 205 and win. And here's the thing. He weighed 183, right? He goes back out to California, trains with TJ Dillashaw and coaches out there, and Santos Studios Jackson, Team Jackson, and gets down to 170. Fights at 170. Wins that title. Goes up to 205. I don't know, man. You never know. He'd eat him. Yeah, he'd fuck him up, man. He'd fuck him up. I agree with you. The chat is smart today. Yeah, man, I don't know. He's quiet, too. Shimiev's quiet. He's just sitting there, peeking around. He said yesterday on Twitter, he said something about monkeys. He posted a video. It had Aljo. It had Izzy. It had Marab and a few others. And says these monkeys don't know how to make picks or some shit, right? I'll read you his quote, because I don't want to misquote it, because it's kind of it's got a racial undertone. And, you know, I don't want people saying, hey, I didn't. Khamzat Chimaev on Twitter yesterday. I'll even show you the tweet. He posted a video. Here we go. You understand, blah, blah, blah. This is what it says. You understand now that you can't listen to these monkeys. That being said, who do I have one in between? So he posted the video, Izzy, and he says you can't listen to these monkeys. Because everybody picked DDP. I am going with Volk. You guys are going to see the first maybe even this Khamzat Chimaev. And this guy, I don't even know who that weirdo is. Who's that weirdo? The dude has a do-rag on. Yeah, he's oh, and Bisping. So yeah, Khamzat called DJ, Izzy, Volk, some dude with a do-rag, looks like he needs a shave, and Bisping called them all monkeys. That's fucked up, man. I wouldn't have been racist, but he started with black fighters, and then he went... Yeah, you know, he did. You're right. But that's what the spin was. The spin was, ooh, he called, you know, Izzy and DJ a monkey. But, I mean, he's from a different part of the world, right? We may use that word differently. But, it doesn't sound good, but he can say whatever the fuck he wants. Because he could probably take DJ and Izzy and submit them both probably in the same round. Right? Peak Izzy versus Khamzat? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Khamzat could still take him down. What do you think? What do you think? I know. But think about this. Peak Izzy, 185, just actually shredding everybody, versus Khamzat. Yeah, that would have been fun. I think Khamzat would have got to them legs. Yeah, he sucks now, but he didn't suck a few years back. But it doesn't really matter, right? A wrestler's going to go and a wrestler like him, we've seen some training footage with Khamzat. He can, man, he'll go from one end of the octagon to the he'll just do whatever it takes to get that takedown. He'll just go for it. He doesn't even give a shit. He's just going to go for it. And he's going to get it too. I think if we see the best Khamzat over the next 3 years, it's going to be something special. They're going to be comparing him to Khabib. I think he's going to get 2 divisions titles. I think he's going to do 185 and 205. I don't know about health-wise, but 170 could be bad for his health, but who knows? But Izzy versus Khamzat? This is the fight. Islam versus Khamzat. Yeah, CSC. Yeah. I know. I agree. I'm with you, chat. The chat knows. I know what you mean. What are you going to do now, right? What are you going to do? What's up, Fanny? What's up, Chris? What's up, Sus? I know, 205. 205 is... Does anyone think Pereira is going to pull it off? Is Pereira going to get Big Ank? Is he going to knock him out? Is he going to finish him? Decision? Man, I hope so. 13 days away. Alex Pereira is 19 pounds over. He's 234 pounds today. He's got 19 pounds to cut in 2 weeks. He's good. He's locked and loaded. He's ready. He said he's not sharing his training footage. He's only sharing 5% of his training footage. In the past, he put all his training footage on social media because, of course, it's monetized. He's making money. He wants to get some attention, right, for his sponsors and whatnot. But not this time. He held back all of his training footage, and he says, you know what? I'm not going to show you guys. I got some tricks up my sleeve. Chama. Ah, yeah. Yeah, we do too, Strawberries. What's up, Chi-Town, Chicago? Where's everybody from? I know. Isn't that crazy? And look at Kelvin now. Look at Kelvin now. They say he has an eating disorder. You know what? You got to push yourself away from the table, man. You're a professional athlete. Your job is professional athlete. You have to make weight. You signed a fucking contract, Kelvin, right? You have to make weight. That's your job. What do you guys think of the Raja Jackson arrest? Raja Jackson arrested Friday night in Los Angeles. One charge. I don't know what the charge was. It was probably battery or something. Felony battery or something. And then he was released immediately. Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum, that fight, man. Oh, my God. I know. From the ground beef, taco, and seasoning from Taco Bell. Goddamn, Kelvin Gastelum. No shit, huh? And he won again. He misses weight, and then he wins again. His opponent must be like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, he definitely did, Chris. He definitely did. You know, maybe this is the thing. Because it was all set up, before, and yeah, he definitely beat the crap out of him, hit him 20-something times. Maybe he doesn't have any arrests in the past. Maybe they got, some favorable attorney helped him out a little bit. And what are you going to do, man? I mean, shit. I don't know. Problem is it happened on live stream. That's the problem. Live streaming's out of hand, guys. Streaming's out of hand. It's fucking crazy. Everybody's doing the streaming. You got athletes that are not doing their sport and they're streaming because they're making more money on Kick and Twitch and even the YouTubes. They're paying big money, guys. Huge money for streaming. The amount of money people are making on social media and streaming is insane. Hey, Sus, Pastor Found, I can't even say your names. Chat, what do you think about the... Yes, he will, Chris. He will. Absolutely. Stu will have a civil case. But he only can go after Raja. And he has no money. He can't go after Rampage or anybody else. He can go after the wrestling organization. He could probably go after the wrestling promoter maybe. But he cannot go after anybody in Raja Jackson's family. So what's the point? Raja Jackson doesn't even have a job. Well, he didn't. He was trying to stream to make money. There will be a civil lawsuit. And here's the thing. What are they going to say? Yeah, you owe me $5 million, and then what? Raja goes to work, makes $20-$30 an hour. They garnish his check. They take 100 here, 200 there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be a lot. Raja, you guys, you can get Son in jail. Yeah. Hey, Uzi, they let you, the last time I was in jail, they let me out 1 hour a day, and I got to go look at the sun a little bit. It was like a little small area, right? I got to see the sun, but you're right. It's not too great. Got this little hole like this big. You can look outside. It's kind of needs to be clean. You know, you can look out there a little bit. And then you sleep. You sleep, you eat, you think, and you think about getting the fuck out of there. That's what you do in jail. I've been in jail. Definitely, Chris. You're gonna see. Here's who you're gonna see. Ready? I'm gonna tell you 3 fights you're gonna see at the White House. Ready? You're gonna see McGregor versus Chandler. You're gonna see Jon Jones versus maybe the #1 contender, or Tom Aspinall. You're gonna see. Ready for this one? This one's gonna throw a curveball. Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. 2. Okay, I'm hoping that one. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I hope. And I hope you see Khamzat in that card. Khamzat Chimaev wants to fight at the White House. He keeps posting on Twitter pictures of the White House. He wants to fight in the White House. So here's what you're going to see. You're going to see Conor McGregor and Chandler. You're going to see Jon Jones versus somebody. And hopefully we'll see Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway too. Right? That would be a fucking banger. I'm telling you, Max Holloway at 155, healthy, ready to go. He could get that Ilia. He can give Ilia that. Oh, Max Holloway has it. I'm telling you, everybody like wrote him off. I even wrote him off. I apologize, Max. I did. I really did. I apologize. So, my bad, Max. I was one of them. Max Holloway has it at 155. I know Ilia is a phenom, right? But still, Max is a fucking beast. Jesus, I'm telling you. You see what chat? Look, Mary. Nate Diaz. That's what I'm saying. I wanted Nate Diaz on the card. Why don't you put Nate Diaz versus somebody on the card? Why not? Right? Nate Diaz wants to fight. Let's put Nate Diaz on there. Give him a favorable matchup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Nick Diaz gets healthy. Bring him back. Brock Lesnar at 47. Bring him back. Right? Cain Velasquez gets out of jail. Bring him back. Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate 2 or 3. Bring that back. I don't know. Yeah, he's 40. Dude, Nate's 41, right? 40 or 41. Yeah. I'm down, Mary. I'm down. I love it. I love Nate. I love Conor. You know, I'm a little older fan. I'm not like 20. I love that. Look, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz, big fans of both. I know. Well, also you got to remember, Nate fought, right, the Jake Paul fiasco. I mean, right? Didn't Nate fight Jake Paul? I think he did. Yeah. We need Islam on that card. We need Islam to fight 3 times a year, right? So Islam goes up and beats JDM. It's going to happen, right? Put your money on Islam. Submission, round 2 or 3. And then he's got the 170-pound title, right? And then Khamzat's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna come down to 170. Khamzat versus Islam, champ versus champ, UFC White House. Oh my, how's that? Loving it. Yeah. UFC 300 was a damn good card. It was a damn good card. Max Holloway. It can happen. How about Conor versus Gastelum at catchweight? That way, there's no problems, chat. Do catchweight, you know. Let them fight whatever they come in at. I'd love to see it. Who wins? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Ilia and Islam. I'd have to go with Islam. Mm-hmm. It is. You're right. Means you're right. It is. It's going. I don't know why. Oversaturation. Political angles. WWE merger. I don't know. Why is the UFC tanking? The UFC product is definitely not as good as it used to be. I've been covering it for 10 years. Almost 11. Man, it's definitely not peaking now. Name 5 superstars in the UFC right now. Go. Name 5 superstars. Sean O'Malley's gone. Conor McGregor's gone. Israel Adesanya's gone. Alex Pereira, he can come back, but he's not around. I mean, you got Pantoja, 125. You got Merab, 135. You got Volk, 145. You got Ilya, he's a superstar, 155. You got Islam mixed in there, he's a superstar, 170. You got JDM, 170 champ. You got 185, right? 185. Hamza, superstar. So that's two superstars. 205, Ankalaev. Heavyweight, Tom Aspinall. You have 2 or 3 superstars right now in the UFC. That's it. That's it. There's no more. There's no more. I just named them. It doesn't matter if Conor comes back and wins and beats Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler has 4 losses in the octagon. He has 2 wins. It doesn't matter. Conor McGregor is a superstar worldwide. He's not a superstar in the UFC. I don't even think he's going to fight, but I'm hoping he's going to fight, but I you know what I'm saying? I don't even think it's what if he goes out and starts partying again and he pops for something, right? Here's the thing, guys, with the drugs. If a fighter has enough money, they can use stuff to mask them, right? So you take them and then you get tested and you have something to mask them. You just have rich people on your payroll that know how to do this stuff. I can't explain it. They figure out a way. But still, you can't party. So if Conor McGregor pops, for something, he's screwed. And then your main event's fucked. I'm telling you, Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway 2. If Ilya gets the dub, the next win, hopefully over Arman, Max is out with a hand injury. Let him stay out a little bit. Book it. Book it, baby. Right? Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler shouldn't be a main event. It should be like a prelim card. It's fucked up, huh? Bring Nate Diaz back. How about Tony Ferguson? I don't know. They already fought, right? You don't want to see them fight again. How about Tony Ferguson? He's the champion in boxing now. Misfits Boxing. He's the champion. He finished Salt Poppy. El Kukui. Bring El Kukui back. Bring Robbie Lawler back for one more. Rory McDonald went on the Jackson podcast, said he wants one more run. He'd fight Robbie one more time. You know what I'm saying? UFC White House. Rory McDonald. Bring him back. Only bring back the exciting fighters, though. Don't bring back the duds. You know what I'm saying? No duds. Francis Ngannou. Put Francis Ngannou in there. What's wrong with Francis Ngannou? There's nothing wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with Ngannou. Book Jake Paul and Logan Paul in a UFC fight at the White House against each other. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, the first ever influencer UFC fight. Fight to the death. Rawr. I don't know, man. Colby Covington shouldn't fight anymore. Colby Covington should be on like Aiden Ross ran Risk, or he should be like on another show, because Colby Covington hasn't won in the octagon in almost 4 years. Colby Covington, I believe, is ranked number 11. It's just insane. My GOAT is Johnny Bones Jones and George St. Pierre. And right now, my favorite fighter is El Matador, Ilya Topuria, and Boers, Khamzat Chimaev. But back in the day, I liked Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, BJ Penn. I used to be a huge Conor McGregor fan. Huge. But not anymore, right? Because Conor McGregor is, he's party McGregor. Rafael Fiziev out. Injury. Charles Oliveira needs an opponent for UFC Rio. Charles Oliveira says, hey, ain't nobody want to step up. Nobody wants a piece of Bronx. I say they scrap the fight. And they put something else in there and they give Bronx a bigger fight down the line. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You going to put Arman in there? Put Arman in there. They already fought, though. Do it. Alex Pereira, DC, Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier says he wants Johnny Bones Jones to fight at the White House. Daniel Cormier, his biggest rival, the most hated, they hate each other. John Bones and DC hate each other. But Daniel Cormier says, you know what? Let him fight. Let Jon Jones fight on the White House card. CM Punk, bring him back. Saint Denis said he'd step up, and then Saint Denis's coach came back and said, "We respect Charles Oliveira too much. We would like a full fight camp, and not going to happen." You know what? It's probably going to be Matus Gamrot, right? They'll probably fly Matus Gamrot. He's in Orlando. He does American Top Team there at Orlando. Not Orlando. He's South Florida. He's down there in Deerfield Beach, I believe, which is, an hour or two from Miami, north of Miami, on the Atlantic side, on the ocean. Fort Lauderdale, West Palm down there. But Gamrot, he said he would fight, I think. And they're just going to say, you know what, this guy's fighting this guy, and it's going to be like, CM Punk, yeah. Have you ever been to the presses and asked questions? I did. I used to do that back in the day. Now I don't go too much. You know what happens is when we try to get press passes, sometimes we're denied. Yeah, sometimes we're denied. So, and it's getting harder and harder to do all that stuff. They have a lot of favoritism going on. Certain people will get approved for press passes. I have people messaging me all the time. Hey, can you help me get into the events, press passes, and this? And I tell them, we struggle sometimes just to get into the press passes too. We have 4 million followers on all the socials if you combine them all. So it ain't a following problem. It's some of us don't get good treatment, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, we do go to the press conferences. We do ask questions, and I'll hire somebody to go do it too if I can't make it. All right, let's see what else we got. You got UFC Perth this weekend. You got Dominic Reyes. Yeah. I do. I think CM Punk beats everybody. Everybody loves CM Punk. Yeah, we go. Like, I used to... We just stopped going. That's the truth. We stopped flying out. It's very expensive, Chris. Like, say I'm going to Vegas for a show, right? $500 for the flight. Another $400 or $500 for the hotel. Probably $200 for Ubers. $500 for food, and then you're looking at probably $2,000. And if I bring somebody with me, you double it. So you're looking at $2, $3, $4,000 just for a couple days. Yeah, it's expensive, But I love going to the events. I love it. I love going live. It's great. I like meeting the fighters, hanging out. It's fun. It's a different type of experience than watching it on TV. You watch it on TV, you have some snacks, you talk to your friends, you press pause. Live is different. It's incredible. The last fight I went to was in Orlando. USC event in Orlando. It was really good. But yeah, I'm due to go. I usually fly to like Costa Rica and Dominican Republic, and I'll go to like small events, like a karate combat event or a jiu-jitsu tournament. I do a lot of stuff like that. It's fun because you can go to some cool places. Last year I went to Costa Rica and Dominican Republic twice. This year, I've stayed in Florida and just done some stuff in Florida. I haven't done much travel. My real fact. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I like the BKFC and Dirty Boxing. I watch it regularly. I used to work for BKFC for 2018 to 2025. I stopped working for them this year. 6-7 years we worked for BKFC. We no longer do now. They got plenty of help. They don't need our help anymore. They got plenty of exposure now. I think when we started working with BKFC, they had like 30,000 followers on Instagram. And now they got millions. But we do that for a lot of small karate combat. We did some stuff with them. We didn't do any stuff with Dirty Boxing. I can list 10 different organizations. We help out in the early parts of their coming out, and we help out. We give them a little boost as far as letting people see their product and work with them a few months or a few years, and then they're good to go. We basically just help companies like find new fans. When BKFC came out in 2017, nobody was interested. They said it was too brutal, but they tapped into the UFC and MMA market. They used channels and people like me to post their videos and their stuff, and then they got fans. So that's what we did for BKFC. We were a big help to BKFC in their early years. I mean, I know we were. But BKFC, good product. Dirty Boxing, yeah, it's okay. I definitely would pick my top two, UFC and then BKFC, definitely. Conor made that shit pop off. I know. But back in the day, it was made it pop off was Artem Lobov. He definitely brought fans in. Artem Lobov is fighting here soon. He's fighting one of Khabib's guys at I think it's Abu. No, it's not Abu Dhabi. It's that rich place in the. I don't know. It's UFC. It's PFL Dubai. Yeah, it's Dubai. Artem's fighting in Dubai. I just talked to him yesterday. He's doing good. He's getting in shape. Artem's back. Mike Perry. He's supposed to be fighting again soon in BKFC. Everybody wants to see that. It's been a long time. I think he's fighting Little Heathen, Jeremy Stevens. Yeah, I know. Interesting. Right. Conor made that shit pop off. He did. So now, but I was watching BKFC well before Conor got involved. Well before. And now, he's kind of grabbing a hold of it. He needs something to do as he gets older. Do I think he'll do BKFC? I don't think so. It's too brutal. He's going to be an actor, and he's gonna have to save his face, right? He's going to get all fucked up with BKFC. No knuckles. Conor McGregor don't want that. And he don't want to fight Mike Perry because Mike Perry will probably knock him out. Mike Perry would absolutely 100% knock out Conor McGregor. Bare knuckle rules. Because Mike Perry just doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel pain. And he doesn't get cut up. Right? He doesn't get cut up. Conor McGregor, he don't want that. Let Mike Perry stay over there. Conor, you do boxing and UFC stuff. Yeah, the remake was good. I liked it. I watched it. It was good. Yeah, I like Conor McGregor. He's okay. I mean, the dude likes to party, right? Let him party, right? Everywhere he goes, he's got a camera on him. Everywhere he goes, he can't get away from a fucking camera. Let him fucking do his thing. He's gonna be fighting at the White House. That's cool. Fight at the White House. Fight at the White House. Put on a show. Let's go, right? I mean, geez, could you imagine waking up every morning, Chris, and looking at your notifications if you were Conor McGregor on your phone? Wakes up in the morning and he's on a $10 million yacht, has people bring food to him. That's the life, G. That's the life, right? Chris, is that the life? Yeah. But Conor McGregor lost a shit ton of money, guys. He lost a lot of money. He made some money on the proper deal, but because of this sexual assault, rape allegations, Chris, I'm going with Dominator. I'm going with Dominator. I'm going with Reyes. I think he's the man. I think he's going to get it. I think he's going to get a title shot too. No, I do not skilled smoke. What is a pull counter? I think Artem's going to get the win, and I think Reyes will win, too. I think Oldberg's good, but I just think Dominator's going to get it done. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. Just got a feeling. I think Dominic Reyes. I just have the story's not the story. The story is gonna keep going, right? There's more of a story for him. And I guess that's why I'm picking him. Maybe it's more of an emotional pick. Nothing against Oldberg. I just, and Oldberg's at home, right? He's in Australia, so it's probably a shitty pick on my point. Maybe I should reevaluate my pick. Maybe my pick is garbage. Is anybody picking Reyes over Oldberg? Because I'm picking Reyes. Yeah, I'm picking Reyes. Jesus Christ. I am wrong. Paddy Pimblett. I don't know, man. he should have already fought. He's in his prime, man. You know, I think Paddy and Arman would be great, and then Ilya. You know, then whoever fights Ilya. I don't think Gaethje should get the nod. He's on. You know, he's getting older. He fought Fiziev and won a 5-round decision. You know, I think Arman versus Paddy, right? And then the winner gets Ilya. And Ilya needs to fight. He needs to quit sitting on that belt. You hear me, Ilya? I know you're watching my show. Ilya, you need to get in camp. You need to get in camp. It's time to fight. The fans need you back, baby. Fizzy is out, so Paddy should fight Oliveira. Well, what about Arman Sarukian, Skill? Why can't Arman go down to Brazil? Why not? Yeah. I think Paddy will be the champion. I do. I think Paddy will be the UFC lightweight champion one day. Maybe a year or two. He's that good. And if you watch his fights, he is getting better. Smarter, wiser, has 2 kids, married, grounded, centered, has a good team now, right? I interviewed Paddy like 5 years ago, man. He was in his closet. He was crouched down. He had his dog in there. Paddy come a long way. Paddy can beat Ilya. He could submit him. Yeah, that's right. There you go, Oda. Arman versus Paddy. Right? The rankings are weird, right? You got Ilya, champ. Number 1, Islam. Number 2, Arman. You know what I mean? So, I think Paddy's 5 or 6. You got Gaethje mixed in there. You got Max Holloway somewhere in there. So, yeah, Arman versus Paddy. How about we do November or December, right? And then the winner fights Ilya next year. I don't know why Ilya's not fighting this year. It makes no sense, but we'll just let that one be. I mean, Ilya will probably have 1 fight in 2025, which is a damn travesty. You know, he should have at least 2 or 3 fights. Yeah. We know what he did to Oliveira. It was ugly. It was brutal. But that was a mismatch from the get. They should never have booked Charles Oliveira versus Ilya Topuria. That was a terrible matchmaking. God damn it. Like, Du Bronx was set out to slaughter. It wasn't even fair. It wasn't cool. It wasn't fair. I don't like it. And I still don't like it. Charles Oliveira should never have fought Ilya Topuria. And look what happened. Fucking starch, man. Fucked up. And that's that. Probably should have been. They should have given Arman the shot. He was ready to go. Yeah, they would just. You know what happened. The injury to his back, and then Renato Moicano had to step in. I think it was November of last year or something, December. So they were punishing Arman. Am I wrong, chat? Am I wrong? Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong. Dude, Conor versus Paddy at 170, right? Would be epic. And here's how it would go, chat. Couple punches here and there, blah, blah, blah. Paddy gets his back. Paddy submits him first round. That's how it would go. Paddy would submit Conor McGregor in 1 round. When is UFC Chicago? Am I missing something? The last Chicago event was Dreykus versus Khamzat. UFC, the last one, right? 318, 317. They smoked. They paid him, though. Money Moicano got paid. They fucking paid him good. I know. He got smoked. He was so overmatched. Let me just be honest with you right here. People might clip this one. I've never been a fan of Moicano. I just thought he just talked his way into some matchups. You know what I'm saying? And now what? He's going to be on a podcast. Yeah, I know. I'm not the best podcaster, but I'm coming on with my opinion, and I'm spitting straight facts with you guys. I'm giving you the real news. You know, stuff that's not fabricated or made up. But yeah, I was never really a fan of his. I mean, when they booked that fight, I was like, oh. Yeah. Was it Islam, right? Let me check my. Here we go. Islam. Yeah, Islam. Jesus. I'm not sold on Islam at 170. I still think Islam. Yeah. I think Islam versus Ilya at 155. That's the fight. That's the fight. I'm going to go back to that Moicano thing. Can you imagine having a fight? Can you imagine having to fight Islam Makhachev on like 2 weeks' notice or 1 week notice? Yeah. It was UFC 311, and it was January of this year. Islam versus Moicano. Yeah. What was it last year? 2000 and let's see. UFC 311, so that was last year. 2024. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, it was this year. UFC 311 was this year. It's crazy. Round one. Yeah, and then Merab versus decision. Yeah. And then you had Jiri, Merab. This was a good card. Kevin Holland versus RDR. Shit. That was a good card. Man, it's crazy because it's already September. It's already September, dude. Man, like, whew, unbelievable. Is time flying by fast, or is it me? We gotta slow this clock down, fellas. We gotta slow the clock down, chat. How do you slow the clock down? Merab Davalishvili. Jan Blachowicz. Man, that's crazy looking at UFC 311 and remembering it was January. Wow. Unbelievable. It's crazy to think that. And then you got Arman Sarukian. He just won Friday night. He submitted Benson Henderson. It was like a side choke, put him to sleep. Some quick facts with Arman here. Like, when's the last time he's fought? It's been a while. It's been almost a year. Here we go. UFC 300. April 2024. He beat Dubronx. Split decision. Arman Sarukian has not fought since April 13th. I'm writing this down. 2024. A UFC 300. That's a travesty. The UFC needs to book that man a fight now. He's doing side missions and fighting 40-year-old former champions, grappling matches to keep active, to stay in shape, to keep motivated. But we need to get Arman Sarukian a fight, man. Yeah, he needs to fight Ilya. Oh, 1 second. Jesus Christ. It just goes by so fast, guys. I don't have any advice for anybody. Just make as much dough as you can. Stack as much bread as you can. Hustle. It's Sunday. I could be sitting outside at my pool or in my car cruising around. I'm hustling. I'm on here hustling. Right? Yeah. Trying to meet new friends. Got some new friends in the chat today. Hey, guys, make sure you subscribe so I can talk to you guys again. Because if you don't subscribe, you'll never know when I'm live. Yeah. And if there's a way for me to follow you guys back, I will. We'll go in the chat. I have a forum. We'll go in the chat and, I have a Discord. I have a Twitter. We can go on there. We could follow each other back and talk more. I usually do a live once or twice a week. I used to do it a lot more, but I got a new job, so social media job, so I'm really busy. But I used to do more lives. Yeah. What do you guys want to talk about now? Anything? We can go on the Twitter. Let's see, we go on the Twitter. Of course you would do that, right? Why would you be a ding dong? We got Alex Pereira right here. Poeton. See that? 234 pounds. Alex Pereira, 234 pounds. Like it means anything, right? Now, if he had to cut down to 185, that would be something, but not 19 pounds, right? Gets in the sauna, runs for a few days. He's good to go. The Gervonta Davis Jake Paul fight is garbage, dude. And now they're going to be wearing bigger gloves, right? Tank is 130. Jake Paul walks around at 205 to 210. It makes no sense. It's kind of like the Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson deal. It really makes no sense. None. It's all garbage. It's all garbage, Chris. Yeah. It's all garbage. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. We're going to end this chat now. I got some stuff I got to do. It's Sunday. You guys have a great day. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you all. You guys were cool today. There was not one mean person. Well, there was one mean one, but everybody was nice. Have a great day, chap. I'm Chris, MMA Uncensored, MMA Pack. We do some stuff with Jackson Podcast. We do a lot of cool stuff. Check us out on socials. DM me. I'll answer. I'm Chris. Take care. Bye.